Hey, this is a way you can remove nasty audio garbage using Premiere Pro along with Adobe Audition. Super useful tools here. So let's get into it. I've got a clip over here.
Stillwell got like a big straw and she stuck it into the lung and she like exhaled into it.
You can hear in this interview clip there's a sound of a vacuum
Stillwell
cleaner
got like a big straw and she stuck it into the lung and she like exhaled into it. So
in the background. And that vacuum cleaner sound is a stand-in for any kind of constant noise that you might have, which maybe it's a air conditioner, maybe it's a refrigerator, maybe it's an HVAC system, who knows? Sometimes that happens. So the easy way to fix this is to bring the clip down into the timeline, just as I've done. And there really aren't any good noise reduction tools right inside Premiere Pro. What you need to do is right-click on the clip, and you need to edit this clip in Adobe Audition. And when you do, Audition is going to open, and it's going to look like this. It's going to give it to you in the waveform editor, and you're going to be looking at this, and you're not going to be really sure what to do. What I'm going to do is change my view from the waveform to the spectral frequency display right here. And if we do that, you can see right along in here, there's this little constant line, and there's another one down here. That's the sound of the vacuum.
Stillwell got like a big straw and she stuck it into the lung and she...
That's the sound of the vacuum. So the way we deal with that is to use our marquee selector, which is this little box right there. And just as you would in, say, Photoshop, we're going to select the sound itself from this display. And let me just, sounds pretty good.
So lungs.
There we go. Let me make sure I get the whole thing. Yep, I'm just going to shorten that up a bit. Sweet. There we go. Okay, that's the sound of the vacuum. Would we agree? What I'm going to do is go up here to the Effects menu and come down to Noise Reduction and Restoration. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture a noise print. And it's going to say that it's going to, select this and load this as a noise print. I'm going to say OK. And now it has that noise print in the memory. And so what I'll do is I'll just use Command A to highlight the entire clip. And now I'm going to go back to the effects, and I'm going to scroll down to Noise Reduction Restoration, and then I'm going to this time use the noise reduction process. And what that's going to do is going to apply this noise print to this clip, and it's going to allow us to remove just that noise print. So when I do that, you'll see that I get this little control panel. And this gives me a little preview button, and I can click on this.
And Miss Stillwell got like a big straw and
I can hear what that sounds like. I can hear what that sounds like with the noise reduction applied.
Exhaled into it, so lungs like blew up. And
I can also select this to output the noise only.
Exhaled into it.
So right there, that's the sound of just what the noise reduction software is removing. And so you can hear there's a little bit of her voice in there, but it's not perfect. I could fiddle with it for a while, but I'm not, just for the sake of time.
Blew up, and Miss Stillwell got like a big straw, and she stuck.
Once I'm satisfied with that, I'm just going to hit apply, and you can see it just removed it right away from this clip. Now here's the best part: I can just Command S to save this and tab back into Premiere Pro, and it has replaced this audio file with this new one.
Got like a big straw, and she stuck it into the lung, and she like exhaled into it. So lungs like blew up.
Pretty good. That's a pretty good improvement over what we had before. And if I were to work with it a little bit more, in a little bit more detail, I could sort of refine those results and make it sound even better. But if I had this as part of a film with maybe some background music or something, the music would probably cover up any remaining background sound that's in this clip. So that's how to reduce some noise. The second thing you might want to do is reduce a sound. For instance, here I got this kid. He's going to talk
We're going to film.
And you can hear his cell phone gets a text message.
We're going to film with him and his friends. That way he's more comfortable and feels more open about like saying something funny. And we're gonna have.
So you can hear that he gets a text message twice during this interview. So what we want to do is try and remove that sound. And it's going to be a slightly different process than what we did with the noise reduction. But I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to edit this clip in Adobe Audition. There we go. And when it opens up in Adobe Audition, I can see it here in the spectral waveform monitor here. And let's listen to this and see.
We're going to film with him and his friends. That way.
Now, because I've done this before, I know that the sound of the text tone is hidden right in this area right here. You can hear it there. Right? Okay, but that's not going to work for removing this sound. So what I'm going to actually need to do is see if I can find a place where I can isolate that sound. And sure enough, here's an area where we have the text tone kind of by itself. Check that out. So in this case, what I'm going to do is go up to this effects. Gonna go up to this effects menu, and I'm going to go to noise reduction. And what I'm going to do is learn sound model. Okay, and it's going to learn a sound model, which is very similar to a noise print, except it's trying to learn a specific sound that has more, it's a little bit more complex than just a straight up noise. So then what I can do is go up here and I can then remove that from this clip. And you can see it's removed it. So I can apply it right there. And then I can come over here where the first one was, and let me try and select that. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to go up here to Effects, Noise Reduction, and Sound Remover Process. And I'm just going to apply that. And let's listen to what that sounds like.
Today, we're going to film with him and his friends.
That sounds amazing. So now I'm going to save it and tab back into Premiere Pro, and it will update. So now I can...
This week on Thursday, we're going to film with him and his...
And again, it's not perfect. I didn't spend a whole lot of time fiddling with the settings, and if I did, I could get even a much better result than that. But it sounds remarkably clean, okay? And unlike, I probably could have just gone in and cut this one out.
Something funny, and we're gonna...
I could have cut that one out and just like chopped the audio up, but it would have also taken out the room sound. And I did not want to lose the room sound in there because that would have been weird too. So that's the easy way to remove those sounds using Adobe Audition.